All right, world aluminum major RUSAL estimates that aluminum prices in the fourth quarter will rise on greater demand from, of course, China, for that matter, the rest of Asia. For the third quarter, though, just coming off the back of their quarterly report, their core EBITDA earnings came in a little bit at the low end, and rising electric cost and increased cost of restructured debt were a little bit of a drag. But Oleg Mukhamedshin is Deputy CEO of RUSAL and was kind enough to join us in an exclusive interview on Squawk Box with Sri and myself this morning. Oleg, welcome to the program. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good morning.
A little concern about cost containment. I mean, the cost of servicing debt and rising electrical costs. Can you revisit that area and maybe soothe some of the people out there that were a little bit afraid when they saw the numbers?
Well, actually, I think the numbers are not bad because, first of all, we delivered pretty much the same numbers we promised before. And if you look at the comparison, the third quarter versus first half of this year, the increase in the cost was just 2.6%, which clearly is not a big increase. In terms of debt service and the cost of our debt, actually we reduced the cost in September from 5.5% margin down to 4.5%. So actually the fourth quarter is going to be much better. The perspectives are very bright.
Okay. Now the positive is that after sort of hitting the bottom, aluminum prices have been increasing, and spot prices have been rising, and you've been projecting some pretty nice numbers for that. What about any, anti-speculation measures in China and elsewhere? Do you have to budget for those, or do you think that aluminum can continue to recover unabated?
Well, first of all, the demand is very strong, and you can see quite a significant growth in consumption, both in China, which is the largest consumer, and worldwide. In China, it's going to be more than 20% growth this year. In Russia, it's going to be almost 60% growth this year, and the rest of the world, 5–6%. And the spot market price are very high as well. The current premiums are quite above $100 per ton, which means that you cannot easily get physical aluminum on the spot market.
Okay. Sri, come on into this.
Bernie, thank you. Oleg, good morning, sir. Can we get back to the cost pressures and the issues surrounding those? Russia is liberalizing the electricity market, as you know. Power is one of your biggest inputs. Does that stand to pressure your margins even further looking into 2011?
Well, we do not expect the significant influence from the liberalization of the Russian electricity market. First of all, 80% of the market is already liberalized. So the remaining 20% will be fully liberalized by the end of this year. Second, the majority of our capacity is located in Siberia, which is quite a unique province in Russia because the electricity market is trapped, and you do not have a chance to export electricity out of this region. And it's mostly driven by hydro power generation, which is actually quite long in Siberia.
Sir,
so we are benefiting from this.
Yes. I just want to talk to you about your stake in Norilsk Nickel, because Vladimir Platanin has said that he'd bid $9 billion for it. Are you willing to sell it, and at what price, if so? Or do you want to retain that stake?
Well, as you know, RUSAL is an industrial company, not a financial investor. So clearly we bought this stake in Norilsk Nickel for purpose. It was done 2.5 years ago, and we still view this investment as a very strategic investment. And clearly the proposed number is sort of a funny joke, because the fair value of Norilsk is much higher than today's current market price. So we're not going to sell.
Oleg, last question. The stock in the company listed here has recovered 40% since late June. A lot of the concern has been with your heavy debt position, but you're, I believe, on target or even ahead of target for this year, over $300 million repaid, and already on track for debt reduction in 2011 as well. This has been the main concern among a lot of investors. What would you tell people, that have been looking at the stock, perhaps bought in the stock, and haven't enjoyed the ride so far?
Yeah. Thanks for cost control and good aluminum market price. We managed to reduce our net debt by $2.4 billion US already. So actually, we almost fulfilled our deleveraging obligations for the next year by nearly 80%. So we're very much ahead of our originally agreed deleveraging targets.
Oleg, thanks for the time today, okay?
Thank you very much.
Take care. And Karen, we are going to be parting ways.